I am 50. My beautiful girlfriend of 7 years is 32. She is from Colombia. She is peaceful, loves to clean my apartment every day, even though I say, please don't. Schmegs is great. What more can a man want? So if you don't read that or hear that and see the enormous problem, you are the problem. So you told us about her age. She's younger than you. She is peaceful, so she's quiet, compliant. She doesn't talk back. She doesn't question you. Beyond that, she cleans your apartment every day. And she puts out, and it's great. What more do you need? You have just described literally a bang maid, and that's all you want. You have just told everyone that all you care about is a woman who doesn't talk, but likes to clean and likes to and you think you're living the dream. The reality is she's living the nightmare.
Do you ever consider that maybe the woman actually wants to be with the man? So guys, here we have a 40-year-old woman who is divorced, by the way, who is triggered that she's having a mental breakdown over here because some dude is seeing a younger Colombian woman who likes to clean for him, who's peaceful, and they have intimacy together, and he's having a great time. Okay, and apparently this woman is living a nightmare. I'm sorry, guys, but you know, these people, they like to be simultaneously very strong and empowered, but at the same time be helpless victims that can't make their own decisions. You know, are you telling me that a woman who is 32 years of age is not able to make her own relationship decisions? That's what this woman is trying to put forward, and boy, is she triggered. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and on today's episode, my character is broken, so we will not be moving, but we have a ridiculous set of TikTok clips for you here today that are just straight up stupid. So we're going to be returning to that 40-year-old woman who's triggered a bit later in the video and talking about that situation. But for now, let's kick it off with a clip from this woman right here, who is giving some dating advice. Think like a man and act like a lady. I always find it funny how the women giving these dating advice, or excuse me, this dating advice on TikTok or making these videos, they are always so far from being ladylike. Let's jump into it. Leave your comments and let's take a listen.
And do not care about the consequences of their actions. They just do whatever they feel like doing. They will go for another woman as soon as they meet somebody better than you. They will sleep with another woman while they're married to you simply because they fell in love with someone else. They are less emotional than us. The quickest way to get into a man's head is to mirror his actions.
I think we're like 10 seconds into this video clip and this woman has already projected so much bullcrap. Okay, women are far more likely to trade up their significant other in marriages. Don't believe me, guys. Take a look at the divorce statistics. Women are the ones who are leaving, oftentimes to try and go to another man. Okay, but apparently men are out here. We get bored. We're out here cheating on our wives, getting emotionally attached to other women, which I'm sure does happen. There will be dudes who are cheating scumbags. But let's not pretend like it's only the men who are engaging in this particular behavior, okay? And boy, is she pissed.
Instead of reacting all emotional about every single move he makes, you beat him with his own actions. You become rational, you become strategic, you become indifferent, you become ice cold. So
yeah, guys, can't wait to date. Oh, this, by the way, this is dating advice on how to get a man, okay? So I don't know about you, but I can't wait to date a woman who is, quote, ice cold. So exciting.
once you found out what he did, or what his plans are, or that he doesn't want to commit, or that he slept with someone else, you do not give him an emotional reaction, and that is how you win. they want to get a reaction out of you, because the more you react emotional, the more it proves to him that you love him, that you're so desperate for his approval, that you're truly hurt by what he did to you. Do you want to give a man that hurt you that privilege? No, absolutely not. And this is why you handle your emotions, and this is why you keep your mouth shut, and you're going to have to think like a man but act like a lady. The woman that can handle her emotions and feels indifferent about him is the biggest threat to his fragile male ego.
You know, I find it funny, guys, how women will make videos like this talking about the fragile male ego, but then also feel as though it's the, you know, it's the biggest scam in history when men don't give them commitment. You ever notice how pissed off women become when men just don't give them their commitment or their time or their energy or their validation? Okay, and this woman's making dating advice for all the women out there who, one of the categories she just listed was when a man doesn't give you commitment. So these women, here's a better idea for you, madam. Why don't you stop giving your body to random strangers and complaining about lack of commitment? I think that might be a better move. But of course, guys, I'm the one that doesn't like women if I suggest that maybe women should respect themselves and really be careful about the men that they choose to give their bodies to. Apparently, I'm the one that doesn't like women if I don't, you know, if I say that, because that's not empowering for women. Guys, it's crazy to me how modern women, okay, and womanism and all of this modern day media has tried to convince women that giving their body to random dudes, okay, being half unclothed at the club on a Friday night, this is what constitutes power for women, by the way. This is what passes for empowerment. But you know what? Before we continue into this next clip, let's actually return to this woman that we played in the intro. We've covered her a few times. This woman makes hilarious videos. The reason why her videos are so funny is because she's divorced. I mean, which kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? This is a 40-year-old woman, 40-plus-year-old woman, excuse me, who is divorced. And so she gets real pissed when men are happy. You know, when men are married to a woman who's not a giant pain in his ass. Just things like this, obviously, are a big issue. So let's jump into this. She's responding to a comment where a dude says he's 50 years of age. He's dating a woman who is 32 for the last 7 years. So I think that means that he met her when she was 25. She's Colombian, and he thinks that she's absolutely great, right? And of course, a man being happy, a man being in a successful relationship, oh boy, does that piss the 40-plus-year-old divorced women off. So let's jump into the story.
50. My beautiful girlfriend of 7 years is 32. She is from Colombia. She is peaceful, loves to clean my apartment every day, even though I say, please don't. Schmags is great. What more can a man want?
This dude, this is why it's so funny to me when women can't secure, modern day women just completely fail to secure a relationship from men, guys, because men are really not complicated. This man said he appreciates her cleanliness, he appreciates the intimacy that they have together, and he appreciates the fact that she's peaceful. That is 3 things. And the man is just he's over the moon. He's so happy. This is why I just find it so hilarious, guys, when these modern day women can't lock down a man. Because it's not like we're demanding women go out there and make 6 figures. We don't have a particular height requirement for women, okay? Like, dudes will have preferences, but we're not requiring a whole bunch of, a whole list of things that are just completely nonsensical like modern women. Peace, cleanliness, intimacy. Really not that difficult, but this woman is not happy about this.
So if you don't read that or hear that and see the enormous problem, you are the problem.
Oh no, guys. The 40-plus-year-old divorced woman thinks that you're the problem because you don't see an issue with it. I mean, I don't see an issue with it. If the woman's consenting, if she wants to be with this man, if the man wants to be with her, they're both of age, why would it be any of my business? You know what I'm saying? Like, I as long as both people are happy to be there, fine, right? I'm assuming this dude is probably providing for her as well. I'm assuming this guy's 50, she's 32. Part of the reason why these women are oftentimes feminine is because they allow the dude to be masculine, right? They're not trying to be controlling. They're not trying to give the dude a headache. And so what ends up happening is men don't mind providing for women who are like this. I've always said this on the channel, guys, but I think many dudes, they don't really have an issue providing for the woman or taking care of her, looking after her, whatever word you want to use. The problem is that the woman actually has to be worth it. And so many modern day women, guys, it's like, why in the hell would you pay their bills, let alone take them out to a nice dinner date? Like, they're simply not worth it. I'm not going to be dude number 17 to take you out to a dinner date when the 16 guys before me just had fun with you just because you're attracted to them. You see what I'm saying, guys? I think a lot of guys are willing to provide for women if the woman is actually worth it. The problem is, this woman, 40 plus years of age, divorced, I'm not providing for that. Oh hell no. But yeah, I'm a part of the problem because I don't see an issue with this. You know what? I'm glad to be a part of the problem, to be honest with you.
Don't read that or hear that and see the enormous problem. You are the problem.
Oh no.
So you told us about her age. She's younger than you. She is peaceful, so she's quiet, compliant. She doesn't talk back. She doesn't question you. Beyond that, she cleans your apartment every day. And she puts out, and it's great. What more do you need?
Okay, first of all, the word putting out is very weird, right? Because it implies that the woman doesn't want to do this. If the woman doesn't want to do this, she shouldn't be there. Do you know what I'm saying? But these women just like, the 40-plus-year-old divorced woman is trying to insinuate that this woman doesn't want to be there. If this woman doesn't want to be there, I don't think she would be cleaning his apartment unprompted every day. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that she would be doing that. If the woman didn't want to be there, I would 100% support her not being in the situation. If she doesn't want to be in the relationship, cool. I'm not one of these people who thinks that, you know, the woman should be there. If she doesn't want to be there, fine. Not my problem. It is what it is. But this doesn't sound to me like a woman who is begrudgingly giving intimacy or begrudgingly cleaning the dude's apartment. It sounds like she wants to be there. She's interested in the man. And again, this pisses her off, right? Because number one, this woman is older. And obviously a lot of guys, they value youth, right? They find younger women to be typically more attractive. And so being a 40-plus-year-old divorced woman, when she hears that some 32-year-old is getting provided for or whatever, I'm assuming the dude is providing as well. She doesn't like it, right? Because it highlights that, hey, she's not 32 anymore. Maybe she couldn't get the type of man that she wanted. But I find the word putting out to be very weird because, again, it insinuates that the woman doesn't want to give the dude intimacy, which if she didn't want to be giving the dude intimacy, I'm assuming she wouldn't be there. But she's acting like this is some sort of a slave situation. Let's keep going.
Puts out, and it's great. What more do you need? You have just described literally a bang maid, and that's all you want. You have just told everyone that all you care about is a woman who doesn't talk.
When did the dude, by the way, when did the dude say that the woman doesn't talk? I'm sure the woman talks, right? See, these women get so pissed off, right? They don't understand. When a man says that he wants peace, that doesn't necessarily mean that the woman's a mute, okay? Or that she doesn't object to anything. Do you know what I mean? It just means that she's not a headache. She doesn't start arguments over nonsense. She's not going to cause a bunch of issues. You see what I'm saying? But this woman, she has to misinterpret deliberately what the man is saying. The dude is not saying that the woman's a mute. He's not saying that she's a complete and utter doormat where if she has an issue with something, she won't say something. He's just saying that the woman is peaceful. But this woman can't differentiate these two things, or she refuses to differentiate these two things. Absolutely hilarious. So this dude didn't say that the woman doesn't talk, by the way.
What you care about is a woman who doesn't talk, but likes to clean and likes to fuck. And you think you're living the dream. The reality is she's living the nightmare.
Okay, so riddle me this. Number one, the dude sounds like he's having a great time. So for you to question him, you know, I don't think he's particularly going to care, because it sounds to me like this guy's having a great time. 50 years of age with a woman who's 32, treating him really well. She's peaceful. She cleans the house. He's happy. Now, the thing is, this woman, check this out. Let me just scroll this up so you guys can see, okay? She says, the reality is that the woman is living a nightmare. So riddle me this. If the woman's living a nightmare, why is she there? Is the man just forcing her to be there? Is he just like some sort of evil overlord that, you know, is doing threats behind the scene to keep her in the relationship with him? My guess is probably not. My guess is the woman is probably there because she wants to be there. Maybe the dude provides for her and she actually shows gratitude for it. That would be a strange thing, right, guys? Imagine as a man in the current year doing something for a Western woman and actually getting gratitude for it. Do you know how rare that is for women these days to show genuine gratitude towards men? It's actually incredibly uncommon. And dudes will do a lot for gratitude, man. You know, a woman who shows gratitude, who appreciates you, a lot of guys, again, will be happy to provide for that kind of a woman. But she sits here and she says, oh, the woman's living a nightmare. She, you know, she's as if she's being held against her will or something. Get the hell out of here. This is just a 40-plus-year-old woman who is bitter that the man is out there, or a man is out there, having a great time. You know, he's dating. At 50 years of age, he's dating a Colombian woman, and it sounds like he's having a fantastic time. Let's continue into the next clip here.
Psychology life hacks. The quieter you are in a conversation will make the other person try to fill the void, and they'll likely overshare and tell you something you want to know. There's something called the halo effect, where if you have one characteristic about you that is admirable, people will assume that everything else about you is admirable too. Only 7% of communication comes from the words we say. 55% is from our body language. If you want to know if somebody likes you, check and see if they are mimicking any of your things you're doing. It's called the chameleon effect. People mimic the people they like. This one's good in dating. It's called, like, I don't know, it starts with a P, I don't remember, but it's basically where if you expect more from somebody, they are going to perform better just because of those expectations.
Man, you know what? Some of those things I won't disagree with. Okay. Like, I think that's true, you know, the halo effect, things like this. But I find it funny when we start to get into the points of expecting better behavior from people and they're just going to manifest better behavior. I don't particularly know about that one. But women trying to like harness psychology strategies for dating is a little bit laughable to me. Again, I don't think that dating is difficult for women. I think that dating is way more difficult for men than it is for women. But yet somehow women need some sort of like psychological edge to get one up on the man. Again, you look at the previous situation we just talked about, okay? You don't need to be like some psych guru to get a man to like you. You really don't.
The more we're exposed to something, including a person, the more we like it, or them, including looks. So if you see somebody more, you'll find them more attractive. Doing a small favor for somebody will make them like you more. You can also trick people into thinking that they like you by asking them to do something for you. I feel like a lot of people know this one, but it's one of my favorites. If there's something that you want, ask for something bigger or more extravagant before you ask for what you want. If you want $50, ask for $100 first and then ask for $50. People will trust you more if you compliment them. This one is so weird, but people will like you more if you ask them for help. I guess people just really want to be desired or something.
What the hell are these videos, guys? Again, particularly that point about asking for something more extravagant than what you actually really want. I mean, I swear, so many modern women, rather than actually just directly communicate what they're after, will just communicate like complete nonsense and then wonder why men don't want to deal with them. Right? All of these little psychology hacks, and I'm sure a few of those have merit in there. But the thing is, especially as dudes get older, right, you sit there and you start trying to manipulate a dude or trick him into doing something, And this is just a very quick way to run away any sort of self-respecting man. I'm going to say this, so it manipulates him into thinking this, and then maybe he'll like me. How about you just actually be a likable person, you know? Not to say that the psychology things there didn't actually have any sort of validity, but why don't you actually just try be likable rather than try and manipulate a dude? Let's continue into the next point here. This will be a funny one. Feeling unseen in relationships. This has to be like the same kind of terminology as women who say like they're doing the emotional labor in the relationship, whatever the hell that means. So let's jump into it and see what this woman has to say.
This is going to sound a little bit morbid and sad, and I don't know if any other girl feels this way too, but I feel like no guy that I've ever been with has truly seen me and like known me. I feel
Oh my goodness. Yeah, guys, I just feel like the women don't really see us. Like, what does this even mean? You know what I mean? I don't feel seen in a relationship, and before you know it, the woman divorces your ass and takes all of your stuff. Why did she do it? You know, why did you divorce him? Oh, I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel seen. And I think that dudes, right, we as men, we just need to start making up language and things that makes absolutely no sense. Oh, why did you divorce her, man? And then you just go like, oh, I don't know. The vibrational frequencies weren't really on my wavelength. And we'll just all pretend like we know what each other is talking about and be like, yeah, man, that makes so much sense. Yeah, guys, I just feel like the vibrations were off, so I divorced her ass and took half of her things, you know?
feel like the people that I'm with, I know them inside out. Like, I see their souls, like, not to sound corny as hell.
That sounds very corny.
I have never really felt like any guy I've been with ever knew me like that, like on that level, and saw me like that. I think the guy I was with in my 2.5-year relationship got pretty close, but still like nowhere near on the level that like I was able to do for the people that I was with. I don't know, I'm just like sitting here reflecting like, damn, no one really knew me. Like, has anyone ever really wanted to like know me on that deep of a level, and will anyone ever want to? Like, you kind of like hear about stories like that, and like obviously like in the rom-coms it's like this, but does this happen in real life? Like, do guys have any desire to know women on like a deeper level?
Okay, so here's the thing, madam. Life is not a romantic comedy or whatever that rom-com, okay? Life is not a rom-com. It's not a romance novel. It's not a romance movie. It's just life, okay? When you sit here and you start going on about how you want men to know you on a deeper level, nobody knows what the hell that means. You know, you want them to be more interested in your hobbies, say that. But you start saying crap like, I don't feel heard, I don't feel seen, you know, nobody gets to know me on a deeper level. I mean, you're just saying word salad. You really are. And I'm sorry, guys, but I don't want to get to know these women. I find them incredibly annoying. I find it funny how men, you know, we're told that we can't communicate. We're told that we're the bad communicators, that we need to be more upfront and honest and things like this. But women will just put out videos like this that are completely and utterly word salad about how men don't see them in relationships, and then refuse to clarify what the hell that even means. Like, absolutely not, man. Crazy. These women are absolutely crazy.
In real life, like, do guys have any desire to know women on like a deeper level and know them like inside out? I don't know. I don't know if any of that made sense, but if anyone else, any other girl has experienced this, please let me know.
I already know, guys, that there's going to be a ton of women in the comments being like, yeah, Queen, that's so true. I had the exact same experience. And then they're all going to get in a circle and be like, yeah, we all had this exact same experience, even though it means absolutely nothing. And it's just so ridiculous, guys. It's so damn ridiculous. Why on earth would you want to date women like this? I don't know. Like, they can't even use real language. This one's a bit of a jump scare. I don't really know what's about to happen here. I'm assuming that this woman doesn't like men. Let's take a listen.
Why is it that men who meet me and are attracted to my intelligence immediately give me homework? Why? Oh, have you read this book? You should really read this book. I feel like it's going to give us so much to talk about. Don't give me reading assignments. I'm literate. We can eventually, as we build trust and I understand what the reward of your company is, recommend reading to each other.
Oh my goodness. This is what I'm talking about. about like the peace thing. You remember how we were talking about peace earlier in this video, guys? Is like this woman could easily express that maybe she wasn't interested in reading things that men suggested her, but she just words it in such a way that this woman's just a complete headache. You know what I mean? She couldn't politely sit here and say, like, you know, I don't really want to read his book because it's not something I'm interested in. She couldn't say that. You know, she couldn't say, I'm just not interested in what the men are suggesting me. I don't really understand why they do it. You know, and then maybe look for a bit of feedback from men as to why men do that. Like, no, it's just straight into the aggression. You have to like reward her or something. She treats it, she says that it's homework, even though the dude is probably just looking for something for them to converse about. This is what I mean when I say that so many of these women are headaches, right? This woman doesn't have to be silent, but this is what I mean when I say that these women are not peaceful, guys. It's just aggressive, confrontational, starting an argument over something that doesn't even require any sort of an argument whatsoever. Like, I'm already annoyed listening to this woman, and I don't even know who she is. So I don't really know how a boyfriend would fare in that situation.
And I understand what the reward of your company is. Recommend reading to each other. But I have literacy. Do you have emotional literacy?
There's no way, man. I thought before I recorded this video, I thought that the words couldn't get any stupider. But I was just proven wrong, I suppose. So now we have a new word, guys, new nonsensical word, emotional literacy. And she has to whisper it for extra creepy effect. I don't know why. But apparently, guys, now men are lacking emotional literacy. Just another one of those things we can add it to the list of things that apparently men lack, but women cannot define.
Are you prepared to talk to me about your feelings and to share your inner world? Are you prepared to be vulnerable? Until that point, I don't know that I'm the one of the two of us who has to do homework. If you meet a woman who's bright and your first thought is, I'm gonna teach her things because she can keep up with me, bro, shut up. Like, for both of our sakes, please just shh.
Maybe the guy was trying to suggest you a book because he thought that you might be interested in it, and he thought that it might give you two something to talk about. This woman is a psycho. What did she just say here? So wait. So this woman is comparing opening up feelings and their inner world and sharing vulnerabilities to a dude suggesting that reading this book might be a cool idea. Right? Like, what the? Imagine if we switched the genders here, by the way, and a dude was like, yeah, a woman recommended that I read this book. It'd be like, okay. And like, but this woman just turns it into like this big damn deal, man. Like, this is just a huge deal to her. And I don't know, now men are lacking emotional literacy and we need to open up to her. I don't think it's wise to open up to a woman like this whatsoever, man. This is the kind of woman. You open up your feelings to her, and she will absolutely use it against you at some point or another, probably sooner rather than later.
Prepared to be vulnerable. Until that point, I don't know that I'm the one of the two of us who has to do homework. If you meet a woman who's bright and your first thought is, I'm gonna teach her things because she can keep up with me, bro, shut up. Like,
I guarantee you this wasn't what the man was thinking, but okay.
For both of our sakes, please just shh. Ugh. I meet men who purport to be stunned by my intellect, and the first thing they try to tell me to do is learn more. I'm like, buddy, I'm not the one of us who's got to be on that labor. Maybe consider why your invitation that I do some reading so that we can have a deep conversation about something that's important to you is your primary impulse. Maybe introspect. And I understand a lot of these men are trying to connect on an intellectual level, but I don't need another book of, 100 philosophical questions for me to parse before you even know how to say when you're sad, Gary.
Yeah, really, really witty video, very funny video. So what's the takeaway here? Apparently men lack emotional literacy. We're just kind of these oafs that are rude and fail to take into account what the women might be interested in. I mean, this just all sounds like a bit too much of a headache for me, guys. I'm not really interested in dating these women. If you want to, I mean, have fun. Wouldn't really recommend it. This video is absolutely hilarious as well. 40-plus-year-old divorced woman basically crying because a 50-year-old dude was living his life. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Do not forget to leave your own thoughts and comments. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.